So the question is,
But you like all of this stuff, man. It's well cool.
Let me read the question, Luke.
Are we as minorities too concerned about correcting opinions and stereotypes about us?
Yep.
Yeah.
Next question, please.
No, definitely, because people are on that thing where you're like, oh, because you're mixed race, you've got that typical English upbringing and black upbringing, and it's like, kind of isn't, because I was born and raised in Africa, and then we came here afterwards. Yeah, I was born in Sierra Leone, Freetown, hey, Lonsa, hey, Titi,
Salon Titi, innit?
Salon Titi,
Adenaye.
Bonjour.
Wrong continent, wrong country.
You're in French now?
Took the whole car and ran off. And ran off the way.
You're in French now? Sarah wants to show off that she knows different languages. Me too, I know different languages. Je m'appelle Wale. Comment tu t'appelles? Vavavoum. Il y a du soleil. Je bois de orange. Je mange au chocolat chaud. I'm bilingual as well, B.
No, I don't speak French, darling. But no, yeah, Lonsa Titi. Everyone looks at you like, oh, look at this pretty little white girl. She's got a little African. Like, no.
You killed it now, you know. Let's get back.
Mark, you want to talk? You got sweats down the body over there.
I know, baby. Let me.
Go.
Nah, hit.
I personally think yes. Well, I don't know if I'm really considered a minority. I don't know, but I think. No, I don't know. Like,
say it with your chest, what you say?
No, I don't know if people consider me a minority. Like, there's people say that if you're half black, then you're black. If you're mixed race, you're not black.
So you're confused?
I'm not confused. I'm not confused. I'm just saying I don't know if I can put myself in the category of being a minority. Hey,
Catherine. Do you know, can you explain that? Can you explain that? Like, what? Do you know what? I get it. It's confusion. It happens. When you do not know where you're from, you won't know where you are going. Know where you're from.
as a minority, yeah, I think that we do, because we say things like, oh, you're so loud, you're so ratchet, you're so this, you're so that. But being loud in itself is not like a bad thing inherently. It's just something that we do in our culture.
Being loud
is like a part of our culture. Do you get what I mean? But like, on the British side, they're more quiet, more reserved. Like they don't go around like, oh, you're too reserved or you're too quiet. Like,
what's that?
Why is that a problem?
Can you do me a favor? Can you read the question, please?
So the question is, are we as minorities too concerned about correcting opinions and stereotypes about us?
I think that's, yeah, of course, it's true, yeah.
I think I understand what you're saying.
King Algebra.
But it's a King Algebra. That's maths. It's not nothing to do with English. It's a whole different topic. I think where it's like most apparent is at work. In the working world, whether you're working or you've got clients or whatever, I think people get into the habit, and this is kind of something I want to open up as to why, but people get into the habit of feeling like they have to sort of like pander to other people's opinions about them, like the loud black girl at work or the angry black man at work kind of thing.
The
and
angry
it's like,
black woman.
Yeah, the angry black woman at work, or you're too aggressive, or the way you talk is
intimidating.
Yeah, it's a bit intimidating. How you talk.
Even yeah, I got that even on the MTV show, I just come off on. Yeah, one of the girls, the white girls, because we got into an argument.
We get you on MTV.
Yeah, alright, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Who else will blow? Let me blow my trumpet. So yes, but yeah, no. One of the shows I just came off of, I had a dispute with one of the girls on the show. Funny enough, she's the actual girl that done the whole blackface thing on social media. So yeah, and the argument was that how we were disputing, and obviously as a black woman, I am like, it's not that I'm aggressive, but I'm very passionate.
Yeah.
Like, and that stems from even just how my mum is, to how my dad is, to how my grandma is. We're very passionate when we speak. And as soon as I had the argument with her, Esther, you're being quite aggressive. No, I'm not being aggressive. Like, what? Because I'm, expressing myself, or I'm, making a point, and I'm being quite stern. How does that make me aggressive? Do you get what I'm saying? And even there was a trailer that came out where she said I was a bit scared of her. Why are you scared of me? At that time, we had never even communicated. She was just scared of me because of the way I looked. Do you get what I'm saying? So I had to go through, like one thing I had to make people understand is just, if I argue with you, don't think I'm going to now charge at you or be aggressive with you, because I felt like a lot of people felt, especially particularly her, that I was gonna,
Pounce on her.
Yeah.
Is that based on your colour or?
I think it's based on my colour. It is, because if someone who doesn't know you has met me for the first time, oh, I met Esther for the first time, and she comes across as a lovely girl, but I have to admit I was scared of her. What are you scared of?
What are you scared of?
Yeah, what are you scared
We
of?
ain't even spoke. What are you scared? What are you scared of?
He's not quite approachable.
Yeah, like, are you scared of me because I'm black? Are you scared of me because I'm confident? Are you scared of me because I'm loud? Like, what is there to be scared of? Because I'm just like you. You were just as loud as me. But as a black woman, you're either always labelled too loud, too aggressive, especially when you're passionate and expressing something. So I definitely believe the odds are against us.
That's down to ignorance, her ignorance.
Yeah, but it's out online. That's what I heard about myself, and I thought, what's scary about me? Like, why have you automatically? Why wasn't the white girl that was next to me scary? Like, why didn't she come across scary?
Why is the black girl scary?
You know what I mean? Now, I'm not
Why is
saying
the black girl loud? Why is the black girl scary?
I'm not saying that this person is racist at all. I'm not saying that, but those are the
No,
words.
she's racist.
Those are the words. Those are the words and brackets that you're putting. Do you get what I'm saying?
It doesn't make her racist.
Yeah,
What it does is that there's an ignorance that is.
Yeah.
She's racist because of what she done, not because of this situation.
It doesn't make
No,
her
but we're talking
racist.
about this
No, the
situation.
blackface. That's what you're talking about.
No, okay, well that's a whole other situation.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other situation.
Yeah.
But there's an ignorance that's been embedded for them, for people in general, to have that outlook on us and be like, yeah, she's aggressive. Like, example, if we're talking about shows that, in regards to
Even Backchat, for example.
Yeah, the narrative.
Yeah, Backchat.
Is like love.
I was just about to say that.
They got into that dispute. It wasn't even a dispute. She was just frustrated at that Arabella situation. All of a sudden, Arabella was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so angry. Like, why is she so angry?"
But if they do the same
Molly
thing,
May, Molly May
They
had
do
way
say-
more aggressive moments on that show than Yewande.
No, it was what's her name? The Irish girl. The
Molly-
Irish girl.
Oh, the whole.
Yeah,
Laura.
Laura's mad aggressive, but
That's
no one wants to believe it. There's a certain narrative that's put out about black people or minorities into the media.
But she was never seen as the aggressive girl. You know what I mean? She was never,
because
she was
the
always-
narrative isn't pushed that
Exactly.
way. Italians are very passionate, but they're never described as aggressive.
because they're white.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying, that there is too much concern in trying to change stereotypes or trying
No,
to
it's
change.
because we are stupid.
And rightly so, though.
Why?
I think it's our
We're
fault.
saying the same,
why
we're
we
saying the
stupid?
same
I think it's our
thing.
fault.
We're saying the same thing.
I'm stupid.
Stupid's a bit far.
No.
Stupid's a bit far, but I think it's
Okay.
I think it's partially our fault. I agree with you.
Why?
It's our fault that we get stereotyped. This is the backward type of mindset that keeps fucking us up till today. Maji, in any establishment, in any organization, society, community, there will be peoples in that setting, in that grouping, that will be the bad eggs. They will be a bad name, reputation for the rest of them. This is what happens in life. Bad news travels fast. Doesn't mean that people in that tribe are no good. Doesn't mean that the people in that tribe don't have prosperity.
Like, we're trying to not live up to the stereotype.
I always say this about our community, yeah. Like, it frustrates me sometimes that we've become a talk shop and don't really value the action after the talking. We know that these things exist. We know that there are microaggressions in the workplace, but you will still, and I hate this here.
Why?
You
know I hate this shit. No, but every time algebra.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Microaggression.
Micro, small, aggression.
Could have just said we are angry. Fuck.
It's fucking dumb.
Fuck, man.
I'll give you an example. Yeah, where I used to work in one of my last workplaces.
We're all dying here. People are killing our brain cells with big words. I'm sweating.
I've even forgotten my own point. Just trying to understand what you're saying.
Anyway, as I was saying, the company that I worked for, there weren't when I got there weren't a lot of black people there, innit? Eventually they did let me land. They ended up employing more black people. When I first got there was like maybe 2-3 black people in the department that I worked in, and it kind of seemed that when you get there, they're kind of unhappy that you're a next black person there, because it's like, oh, now what you do is going to reflect upon me, kind of thing, innit? And that's what I mean by pandering up to the behavior or the stereotype kind of thing, because it's like, oh, I did so well to come here and be accepted as the calm black person. Yeah. Now when all these other black people arrive, oh no, they're gonna think I'm part of them. Yeah. And then you see that person like not talk to you at lunch, or try act a certain way, like kind of thing, innit? And that's what I'm. No, I know it's fake because do you know what it is? You're outside, man will spud me outside when you get there. Oh, well gone. We saying, I'm like, but when you're at work, you don't want to do that. And that's what I'm saying. That kind of pandering. I don't blame certain people because of the fact that they're looking after their job security and stuff, but if you want people to accept you for like who you are, and there isn't anything wrong. People say that all the time, like, oh, like you're a little bit aggressive. And
There's
it's like,
nothing wrong with it.
So there's nothing wrong with that because people, I'm gonna say, like Western society, white Western society has found a way to disarm you when they use the same tactics as you to get the same results. Yeah. So when you are aggressive at work, quote unquote aggressive, all of a sudden it's a problem. But if your manager wants to tell you something firmly, he will tell you it aggressively and quite firmly.
And that's not seen as aggressive.
But he can get away with it because he's white.
No, and that's the point I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
The point I'm trying to make is it's a disarming tactic. It's used to make you feel insecure or trying to make you
About
feel
yourself.
insecure about your behaviour, so you stop doing that.
I think we are the cause of that because we give it power.
No.
We give it power.
Can I tell you?
Wait, we give it power. For example, I got pulled up the other day by a police officer now, Like obviously, naturally, because to some degree, I'm black. So when a police officer pulls me over...
Really? You're black? It's just from the way you said it.
Heartbrown. So to some degree, do you understand the stereotype of when a police officer pulls over a black guy, automatically we're expected to rise to the occasion and give them aggression. Now, naturally, you have a choice in most situations. I can do that. Do you understand? But then if I think about what the police officer has been through the whole day, he's dealt with assholes. Do you understand? Black, white, Chinese, whatever. Do you understand? And instead of me to put that into perspective, if I now say, okay, cool, automatically I'm stereotyped to be the aggressive black man, I have a choice to say, okay, normally I'm going to speak to him until he gives me, the reaction that I'm not expecting, and then I can deal with it normally. But if I automatically
But
push
what if he
that
gives it
aside,
to you from the jump? Because a lot of police officers do it from the jump.
then it's my choice as a man, not forget colour, it's choice as a man to handle that situation accordingly.
Because sometimes police officers...
Because if I fit into that black stereotype, because remember, the police officer already could have had a bad day, but he could be also plus racist. Do you understand? You're gone. You can't hold the question. So then if I decide to now say, fuck this, fuck you, you pig. Do you understand? Automatically, I'm giving him the opportunity to express himself as a negative person. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say two things. The first thing is sort of along the lines of what you're saying. Correcting the opinions and stereotypes about us. I feel like it's an innate duty, to correct the stereotypes of anyone, of what they have of you, let alone us as a community. Do you get what I'm saying? So, for example, when I go into a working environment, like, I know that there's how you are at work and there's how you are outside of work. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, I heard this the other day. I'm slightly moving away from my point, but I might as well just make this one. I heard this the other day. I think it was on the Niger BB or something like that, and Niger Big Brother. And it was about, this girl's fake because 1 minute she's English with, people that are from diasporas like her that have come from abroad and are Nigerian and doing the show. And 1 minute she's very Nigerian with the homegrown Nigerians. Now, when they said that, it made me think about myself because when I'm at work, I don't think I'm a stereotype. I'm probably far from. Do you get what I'm saying? And somebody might see me as somebody that's not myself.
But are you doing that consciously, or are you doing that because that's different people?
That's the thing.
That's what I'm trying to say.
This is the thing. Because of my upbringing and how I've grown up in the different environments that I've grown up, it's part of me. So naturally, when I'm speaking to somebody who's white or from Essex, naturally I just have a Essex accent. It just naturally comes on.
Is that because you're ashamed of like?
No, that's just naturally my accent. So you just flip it up like a chameleon.
Yeah.
So it's naturally my accent. So for example, if I'm chatting to like my parents, because they're Nigerian, naturally I talk how they best understand me. Do you get what I'm saying?
But it's all right
so,
to have, why don't you speak one way with everyone?
And that's the thing. I haven't grown up just one way in life. Do you get what I'm saying? I've grown up in many different communities.
But that's like white boys that grew up in India. That's why.
I'm not disagreeing with the same. My point is obviously correcting the stereotype, because the stereotype of a typical black person going into work, like you all just described, loud, all of this kind of stuff. I'm very much firm. I'm very much confident at work. I'm very much this Lucas, but very different in terms of the way I talk, the way I come across, the way I articulate myself.
You're more bangers and mash instead of okra and panda jam.
But with the same passion and zeal.
My thing is,
I see the moment you get into a dispute, say with the way you are, yeah, the moment
You get into a
at
dispute.
any point you get into a dispute with any other colleague, yeah,
That's it.
you'll be branded as, oh my gosh, look at him. He's so angry. What's wrong with him? But there'll be a valid reason for you to be angry. But no matter what, you'll still be painted with that black brush.
I think
that not even black, but with that bad brush. That, oh my gosh. You're so
But I feel like, and that's why I think, I don't know if I'm slightly correcting. Yeah, correcting the opinions
do you know
and
why I
stereotypes.
disagree? I agree
The
with you.
opinions and stereotypes are subjective to who the person is.
But I agree with
Do
you.
you get what I'm saying?
I disagree
So
in the sense
for
that-
me personally, sorry, I'll let you. For me personally, like the idea of the stereotype, like you've all described, loud, all of this kind of stuff. I'm very much that person, but I'm far from the stereotype. So your opinion might be the same, but I'm not,
what they categorize.
yeah, what you would characterize as a stereotype.
I agree with you in the sense that you can have a duality about you that allows you to be one way at work and another way at home because of the fact that that's naturally how you've grown up. It's like,
Or just in different environments.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you've been grown up in two different environments that allow you to do that. It's like people of like different cultures that grow up like in ends and they act a certain way, kind of thing, innit? I don't think that that's a conscious decision to go and correct what somebody else thinks about you. I think you just fit in well into different scenarios. Where it becomes a problem,
everyone's like that.
That's what I was about to say. Where it becomes a problem.
But
where
the
it
general
becomes-
point of what I was making was is that I think, to an extent, away from the individual, I think we all, if we say us, have a duty to correct the stereotype
That's why I
of
disagree.
black people.
I disagree.
Correct what stereotype though?
A Nigerian, listen.
Why do we
A
correct
Nigerian
it?
man, a Nigerian man that comes to this country doesn't give a flying toss about what everybody thinks. And
maybe that's what I'm trying to say.
Now, what Lucas has said, I get
Asian
that.
people
I get what
correct
Lucas
the
is saying.
stereotypes
Hold
within their community.
on. I get what Lucas is saying. He's saying that he
Catholic priests that abuse children within the Catholic Church, the church goes out, it corrects its stereotype.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's very different
See, what I'm
though.
trying to say
What I'm
is,
saying is, any establishment, any organization, any grouping of peoples, that are, we're Nigerians, we're black peoples,
Not all of
we're
us, not all of
Africans, we're Caribbeans, like we all represent, many different whatever. What I'm saying is, like, each one of us have a duty to correct whatever stereotype anybody else has.
To say correct implies it's incorrect, and that's not true.
I get Lucas's point to a certain degree. Even I believe, I was going to say that.
If you have an opinion on Nigerians, I'll correct your
listen,
opinion of Nigerians.
I believe that we are consistently, hello? I believe we are consistently correcting ourselves to society and their opinions of us. The reason I'm saying that the reason I'm saying it's consistent, I'll give you an example. Those of you are parents, single parents, from the minute I gave birth to my daughter, the stereotype that I knew would be stigmatized against me was that I was a black, single mum. Do you get what I'm saying? I had a child out of wedlock. So every day, let me land. Every day to this day, and as I continue on as a mother, I'm still trying to correct until this, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to correct it. I'm still, and what I mean by that is that, for example, failure is not an option. I keep on working hard to be successful because I don't want to be branded, that typical black girl who had at a young age is in a council estate. You know that kind of, I don't.
So quickly, I'm not even, hold on. Hold on quickly.
Let me finish. What I do care. I do care.
But that's your problem.
To a certain degree, I do care. Because I don't, do you know why? Because I want to break, let me finish.
You break it in silence.
Let me finish. I want to break that cycle, that consistent bad labeling, that even if you are a single mum and you have a child, you can still be a successful single mum. Because attached to a single mum is failure. Do you understand? It's always been attached to it. Negativity.
But the problem is, wait. But the problem, Lucas, wait. The problem is, wait, Lucas. The problem is,
look at men, you black men, Yoruba demons, but Nigerian demons. Like, you're attached to certain things. That's why you're working hard to get away from it. Do you know what I'm saying? Yoruba demons.
Esther, the problem with that, is you're changing because of everyone else. No. You should be changing because of you.
No.
What do you mean, no? Why are you changing because of what everyone else thinks? Change because you want to change. Why does what everyone else think?
Wait. You didn't listen to what I just said. And that's just mad. You did not listen to what I said.
He said you care what everyone else thinks. He said, yeah, I care.
Yeah, no. Listen to what I'm saying. I care about the stereotype that has been stigmatized to women who have children. That's what I care about. And I'm not trying to be that same person. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's alright. What's understood doesn't need to be said. What's understood doesn't need to be said. You said what. He's hyping. Mark is just hyping.
It's not. He's an ops, bro.
Let me say something. I think
think she has to care because I'm gonna take this back to school. When I was in school, I got 6 A's in my GCSEs. But because I was a black girl, when I went and did history for A levels, my teacher automatically thought all the black girls were thick. He just thought that. So I remember when I wanted to do my coursework, he wouldn't let me take a certain subject or write my coursework on a certain area because he thought I was thick. And I remember one time, I'm even shaking because this traumatized me. When I did my coursework and he asked me if it was plagiarism. He didn't believe I wrote it. Wow. And I always used to think, why do you not think I'm smart? Wait, no, but he thought I was dumb. He thought every black girl in the class was dumb. And guess what? Guess what? The point I'm trying to make here, you know in school, they cap you. You know you're like, you do like, you're in the class where you're like,
medium, yeah.
No, but the point is, society, because of the way they view you, they can fuck up your life because my teacher, but listen to what I'm saying, Mark. Because of the way my teacher thought, he put the black girls in the lower class.
Hold on. No, let me land. They can't cap you if you got high grades.
Like that. Why are you looking at me like that? Because in order to do certain courses, you have to get straight A's or you have to get straight B's. And when they're capping you at a C, you can't get that. And they did that a lot in my school and I saw it. And I saw that was just bait racism. You look at a black girl and you just assume she's thick because she's dark skinned, she's African, and she lives in Edmonton. Why are you looking at me like that? My teacher forced me to write about the Tudors when I wanted to write about Russian history. He forced me because he thought I wasn't intelligent enough.
I understand the point, yeah. And in school, wait, hold on one second. In school, that's fair enough. Because you're a child, there's not really much you can do about being captured. But the reason why I agreed with everything you said, and I kind of understand Lucas's point about
what I said.
Yeah, no, to a certain extent, I can understand both your points about like reversing the attitude. And if that's what you mean by duty, I understand. Where the question? Hold on, I'm getting onto that. Where the question becomes relevant is it says, are we too concerned? Now, as much as you should care, why? I'll tell you why I've stopped caring. Yeah, no, absolutely fine, bro. Absolutely fine. And I think that there's a book, which concept I like. It's called "Why I Stopped Talking to White People About Race."
Wow. Love that book. Wow.
And it's centered around like a similar sort of like conversation. Yeah. Why I stopped caring is because of the fact that
Can I tell you why you should care?
No, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm saying why I stopped caring. I'm not saying why you should. You should care because, like you said, like you don't want to be seen as a certain type of person. Yeah.
But why stereotype? Yeah. That's been already attached to me automatically.
Yeah. 100%. The reason why, for me, if I assess everything that's gone on in society, I don't believe in that concept. I'm not saying that people who do are wrong. Is the fact that you're trying to change white or the major or Western white society one man at a time. So the problem, hold on one second. The problem with that is, no problem. The problem with that is you're going to frustrate yourself through life after you've got past the stage of just living your life and naturally just being a different to what the stereotype is. Like you said, like you're a young black mother and you try your best. Naturally, whether or not you cared or not, anybody who comes across you is going to know that you're not the stereotype. Yeah. When you attach too much care to it, what happens is your entire life, you're going to change one person's mind, then you're going to meet another ignorant person. Yes. You're going to change one person's mind, you're going to meet 5 more ignorant people. So when you attach the reason, and that's hold on one second. That's the reason I stopped caring. And another reason I stopped caring is it become and that's the point. What you just said is the truth. People judge you regardless of what you do. Yeah. So I've realized that I'm going to do what I need to do as long as it's not like pandering or like living up to some bad stereotypes. Or I've got to switch or whatever. I just live my life because but it's not. I'll tell you why. As a man, I wouldn't do that to a black person.
So you're not telling me up there, Mark and Wale particularly, you don't give a fuck about what people think of you. Is that what you're saying?
I don't give a fuck.
No, is that what you're saying? No. Is that what you're saying? Mark, no, seriously. Because you lot are winding me up. You lot are winding me up. Like, I swear, they're winding me up. They're chatting shit.
Esther is capping. Esther knows me, Wale. Yeah, me, Wale, I don't care. Everybody, since season 1, everyone's been saying, Wale, you don't talk. What season are we on? Season 4. Am I talking? No! Me not care for the air.
I don't give a fuck what you think about me, about what I do, how I live. If I buy something or I do something, it's for my own personal happiness.
Can I put some clarity on?
If you don't care why you got a beard on, why you got all of these, why you wearing the latest crepes? Like, come on, you care about what people look at you as. Nah, like, you don't touch shit. You live on this earth not giving a fuck about what people say or think of you.
Hold on, this guy's a liar.
They care.
Where I did agree with you is that you being yourself should really allow people to see who you are as a person, yeah, and not judge you. I'm not saying I don't care what anybody thinks about me. The reason this conversation is about being a minority and caring about what the Western majority think about you. The reason I don't care about that particular thing, not just anybody. Like,
but I'm not saying that you're going through life caring.
No, but I'm clarifying.
I'm not saying you're making.
I'm clarifying. The reason I stopped caring if what they think about me is right or wrong is because I know whether it be white, black, I act as a respectable man in front of everyone. So on a human level, you should be able to see that is acceptable. If you don't accept that because of the fact that I'm black or you want to disarm me, like I don't give a damn about that perception of me. And I think there are too many people who care about that perception and end up acting unnatural or doing things as a response to that feeling.
And at the end of the day, you don't even know who you are anymore.
Yeah. What I wanted to say was, you said that you said something about, it's not your responsibility in terms of like changing one person at a time, like this, or whatever. One of the biggest religion was spread by one man at a time. Yeah, just people passing on a message, an idea, a philosophy. Now, the way I see it, I'll talk for myself. Now, I agree with you as me as a man, as a person. I don't care what people or what the next person thinks of me because, like you said, you carry yourself a certain way, so that in itself should speak for itself. But unfortunately, we are in an environment where that is not the case. Like that I can be afforded the luxury of just being Lucas and you just knowing me for just being Lucas. Do you understand?
Yes.
So now that's because one, I am black, I am Nigerian. Do you get what I'm saying? So already I'm in the United Kingdom. This is not exactly black Nigerian territory. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the first thing. Secondly, you can go into another level of I'm from a demographic within London that is classed as lower class. Do you get what I'm saying? So people and if you worked at, enterprise level, you understand that people in these places view you a particular type of way with a sense of arrogance and like, do you get what I'm saying? Now, my biggest thing is this, why I feel like it's our duty to correct the stereotype. It's because someone paved the way for me. Do you get what I'm saying?
Did you say not a duty? Sorry.
What?
No, he said why it's our duty.
Why it is,
It is our duty.
Someone paved the way for me to be here in terms of their ideal, in terms of what they represented. Do you get what I'm saying? The black successful person. Do you get what I'm saying? Now,
what do you mean by paved the way though?
In terms of the black successful people that you've seen before us, paved the way. People that fought for rights for us to be able to do certain things, civil rights movements, campaigners. They fought for us to be able to have the freedom to express ourselves, right? In a country where it wasn't like that. Now, I'm not talking like as if I believe these things have gone away. So we're still in that bubble, but it's a lot easier now, Now, the way I see it, personally, I continue that fight as a Nigerian, as a British Nigerian living here. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you've seen my previous, I'm fucking sweating in buckets. If you've seen previous Nigerians and you automatically assume fraud from 419, I want to change that perception. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't care. And irrespective, and that's why I said, irrespective of what my
You have to.
Hold on. Let me land, please. Can I land? Yeah. So for me, I feel like it is a duty. I feel like, especially the fact that we are living in the United Kingdom. If we was back home in Nigeria or wherever, that representation is there every day. Do you get what I'm saying? It's visible. Do you get what I'm saying? Where we are exactly what the question says, a minority. We need visual representation. And as much as you feel it's not your responsibility, each and every one of us is your responsibility because your brother, your sister, you would find responsibility within that situation.
Yeah, but I vehemently disagree.
Hold on. So again, you as a person, if you don't want to go that deep into it and you feel like that's fair enough for you. But personally, me personally, that's how I see it. That's how I was brought up. Do you get what I'm saying? That's how I understand.
The duty is what kept our parents in line. That's why I vehemently disagree.
Hold on, let me finish with what I'm saying, because I don't want you to take my points and, you know what I'm saying? This has got nothing to do with white people. This is to do with us as a culture. Our culture, we're living in the United Kingdom, our culture is being lost. There are people growing up that don't understand where they're from. They don't understand, the roots of what makes you, why you are.
But then where's that step?
And that's what I'm saying.
People changing.
My thing is, as a community, we have a responsibility to keep hold of our ideal of what you see as a black person or as a Nigerian person.
But you're
or
saying
as a
what I'm
Congolese
saying.
person.
That's what I said.
Yeah?
That's what I said.
How?
I said earlier, hold on one second.
You're looking at the stereotype as in loud, making noise. I'm looking at it as the stereotype.
No, but let me that's what I'm saying. You're saying what I'm saying, but maybe in a different way. What I said is, that's why I said I partially agree with Esther. And
There's
what
no
you
partially.
said. No, hear what I'm saying. Because I'll tell you why there is partially. What he just said is make sure you keep hold of your ideals that make you who you are. Yeah? Understandable. I'm saying if it goes beyond that, where you're doing it not because of your ideals, like I said, if you know I'm a Nigerian and this is how I act and this is what it should be.
So what are you? Let's break this down. What are you doing exactly?
What I'm saying to you is, when someone says to you, like we had the conversation about, oh, you're aggressive or you're a bit loud, yeah, those things have nothing to do with your Nigerian values.
Okay, what I'm saying is, hold on, go with me. It's my duty in that moment. You think I'm aggressive? It's my duty to articulately still be stern and let you know I am like this, but I'm not aggressive with it. That's my duty. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, because you think I'm like this. Okay, you know what? That's your business. Cool. I'm saying that's damaging.
But with what Lucas has said, I actually understand what he's saying, because with my son, I will want him to uphold himself and act in a way where he's not getting pointed at and being that typical mixed race boy. Typical boy.
Why do you care? Hold on. Why do you care?
You keep getting this conversation wrong. Wait, hold on. Wait, relax before I get annoyed. Hold on. No, because you keep getting off my point, yeah? Listen, I said, yeah, on a human level, you shouldn't be doing that stuff anyway. So if you're not doing that stuff anyway and someone is still judging you, it is not your responsibility to fix it. Exactly.
Oh, go. But it is. If the person is in power.
She just said she don't want her son to be seen as the typical loud or aggressive or whatever mixed race. I'm saying, yeah, as a black man, forget the fact that we're seen as black, loud and aggressive, yeah? If I'm in a conversation with Mark's not white, yeah? If a conversation between me and Mark gets heated, yeah, I'm gonna try and de-escalate the situation on a man-to-man human level, because I don't want to be seen to Mark, not to the white guy, as like I'm coming at him in an aggressive manner, because that's not what I'm trying to achieve. So if you're doing that anyway, and people are still judging you for your character, then it's not your responsibility to go further. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying I'm going to go further. I'm going to say I'm going to continue to do that. Look, I'm not saying I'm going to go further. I'm going to continue. Hold on, please.
You know, as black men, the stereotypical type that is attached to you is that when you grow older, you guys end up in jail, you lot try and chase this football career or something. There's always this one label or attachment to you. Now, all of you every day work very hard. You go to work, most probably doing the job you don't want to do. You're going to work, most probably, putting yourself out there, putting extra. Why? Because you want to break that stereotype that you're a black man who doesn't have a job, who's not successful. Everyone is working hard. It's not just for the opinions of other people, but you're trying to break that stereotype. And change the narrative and change that even down to the environment that you grow up in. You know, if you say you're from East, for example, Hackney, you're from Hackney, and that.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
I'm giving you an example.
I'm not disagreeing with that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Shouldn't stem.
No. Listen. Can you let me? Omar, let me finish. Omar.
With everybody. And if you think of me like that because you're white and you think of me like that, I'm still going to continue to be the way I am.
But that's what I said.
No, you said you're not going to do that.
No, I said I don't care about. No, I didn't say.
Like, I feel like everyone is kind of saying the same thing with differences in their reasons for either changing the narrative or changing the stereotype in it. Now, the word opinions and the stereotype, there are opinions that are not fact in it, and there's certain stereotypes about certain like people or countries or that are like, well, in a degree they're kind of fact.
Omar, I'm not disputing that. I'm not saying that it's because of people you're going to change, but at the same time, you are driven by the stigma that is attached to a certain bad label that will make you.
That's a very toxic way to
You're still
live.
doing it for yourself. Don't get twisted. If I become successful, ain't none of you lot enjoying except me. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm doing it for myself, but at the same time, I do not want to be attached or labelled or stigmatized a certain way. So I'm going to work hard every day to steer away from that.
As a community, as a minority as well, yeah, one thing that we didn't touch upon is the fact that you see these same stereotypes that we use that are negative or whatever, some of it is used for. beneficial gains, i.e. like money-wise, innit? You can work towards those stereotypes, whether, let's say for example, the stereotype is black people are ghetto and this or whatever.
There's a stereotype that all police officers are racist. Automatically, you lot have labelled that because of the experience and what you've heard.
Beneficial as well, but that is from your own minority. So when it comes to an issue about how you change it or how you get it across or change it one man at a time or whatever, it's irrelevant, because at this point, if there's already the stereotype on you, which is already an unfair judgment, it doesn't matter what you do. That's the whole point.
That's the fact of the matter.
I disagree.
At the end of the day, what you even said is wrong.
The civilized. Oh my days, you lot are sick. Oh my god. Martin Luther is telling me James. Malcolm X.
Why people don't respect you? They never will.
He wouldn't think that other little black girls are smart.
I didn't
People.
Listen, somebody, even the most racist of people, on their dying floor, if a black man was to walk and
that's
ring
some
the
people.
ambulance and
That's
say,
some
"Come and
people.
save this white person,"
That's some
not
people.
gonna change my
That's some
mind.
people.
I'm saying,
But some people. You can't have that mentality. You can't have that mentality. Well, where we are today because people fall. We are where we are today. We are where we are today because people fall. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No. You can't. I'm not gonna let someone think I'm a dickhead because I'm black. I'm not gonna let someone think I'm a dickhead because I'm black.
Okay. Oh, Mizzy, let's go.
Martin Luther King,
Yeah.
civil rights.
Yeah.
Has that changed people from being
It's changed some. Listen, black people are still getting killed in America. But we've made progress.
Let me detach my point. Hold on. 1 sec. Oi, Key, can you stop? Let me
You have the point.
No, listen, he does not. He does not. He does not.
Get the fuck out of it.
Hey, chill. You're loud and wrong. You're loud and wrong.
Listen, Omar, no one's saying. No, forget what you did. That was a bad point. You made a bad point. You made a bad point.
It makes sense, but the point was bad. It makes sense, but the point was bad.
How dare you say that Martin Luther King didn't make change? How dare you? That's a disrespect. Hand it over to Jesus. That's all we need to do. Hand it over to God. Let him handle it. That's it. Give it to Jesus.
No, let him clear it up. I want you to make your point.
Because you're saying that I said that Martin Luther King made change. I said he made change, and that. I'm saying that he made change, but I'm saying the change he made did not eradicate racism. That's the point I'm making.
Did Martin Luther start to eradicate racism?
We're able to see here today with these fucking cameras because of Martin Luther King. So what you saying? We're able to see here today in this country with these cameras.
I'm not saying the progress is invalid. I'm saying that he did not eradicate racism.
Hold on, wait. You that you was backing him. Hold on. You talk next. No, talk next. I want you to talk next. No, let her talk next. She was backing his point. You talk next. Sit down. Yeah, I want to hear your point. Hey, hold on. People. You talk next.
Correct. We're trying to correct a stereotype. You are indirectly saying that stereotype is incorrect in the first place. What you're trying to say is, let me talk. What I feel like you're trying to say is that you can't live your life trying to change the opinion of many people that already had that thought of you. So, why? What's the point? Huh? No, but he said. But people are going to think I'm dickhead regardless. Huh? I'm wrong. What's the point?
Quickly. Yeah. Wait, I'm not disagreeing with you. He went off point. Yeah. I'm not saying you should.
Nobody's saying they're gonna go through life correcting the opinions.
You just don't want to live by a stereotype.
That's it.
Okay, oh my. You spoken.
Of course, I made progress though. Because I showed him.
Lani, hey, wait, 1 sec. 1 sec, man. You're helping. Hey. Okay, you said. Lani, I'm not saying. And this is. Wait, 1 second. Now that we're calm, can we please just. Hey, wait, 1 second. Can we consider what's being said, yeah? Lani, the conversation isn't don't change people's minds when you meet them. Yeah, that's not the conversation. The conversation isn't don't
Okay,
be,
fair enough.
Don't be a better version of what the stereotype
Okay, fair
is.
enough.
So the concern in the question says caring too much about why you do it. I'm saying all of you have said things in similar words. Yeah, do it because you should be better, and that was the basis of my point. Do it because that's what being a better human being is. Be better than what people think you are. But don't let the reason why you're being better be because they think something of you. Let it be because you
No
know
one
as a human...
said that though. No one said that they're working through life.
Lonely
No one's saying that they're going through life, making sure I'm gonna make good look good in their eyes. No one's saying that.
Wait, the difference is... Wait, and the difference between everything... Oh, bro, let me talk. Bro. The difference... Me personally, I see it as a big insecurity, especially in today's society. Everyone's just changing. Everyone's trying to fit into this crowd. If you're yourself and you're true to yourself, then you've got nothing to worry about. If, for example, the white man sees every black person as a hood person, and you know yourself you're not a hood person, then why are you gonna go out your way to prove that you're not a hood person? You're gonna act differently to what you normally are, which is not a hood person, to prove you're not a hood person. Does that even make sense? If you know yourself you're not a hood person, just be yourself. Same thing with single mothers. If you know there's this stigma on single mothers that, I don't even know what the stigma is, or the stereotype is, but if you know there's a negative stereotype on single mothers, and you know yourself you're not a bad single mother, you know you're doing your thing for your child, you're providing for your child, you're providing for yourself, and you're doing a good job, then why are you gonna go out your way to prove to who? Like, who are these people that are affecting your life? People on social media, people are just talking that you don't give a fuck about, or people that don't even know anything about you, you're gonna prove to them. And when you start doing that, you start losing yourself.